Welcome to Chapter 2 of Anna's Christmas Cooking Lessons. Today's lesson is about, Anna, say the name?
Currant cookies.
Also known as?
Annette's cookies.
Yeah.
Also,
Currant cookies.
Thank you. And so I'll pause here for a moment as we get set up.
That's all I ask of you.
So in our first chapter about vanilla crunts, we were making those because that's Nilsa's favorite cookies. And since Annette is visiting from South Carolina, today we're making currant cookies. And Annette,
We've already made the dough.
we've already
made brown cookies for Lisa.
Oh yes, but we haven't filmed that, so we'll have to make another batch.
No. No way.
So Annette, what are you doing there?
Whipping the egg
And what's the egg for?
to put on top of the cookie so you can put sugar on and the currants will stick.
Thank
It's
you.
like cookie glue.
Thank you. So
People used to, especially Muffy, used to call them rabbit cookies because the currants used to fall off if we don't put eggs on them.
what does that have to do with rabbits?
Looks like rabbit poop.
Yes.
So Anna, what do you have there?
I have the dough. I made it the other day, and I roll it into balls.
And why have you rolled it into balls
So
like that?
it's the right portion to roll out when we bake.
With your rolling pin.
Okay, and how many days can you make this the
A
dough in
couple of
advance?
days.
Okay, thank you.
Now, when I'm here alone, I take, I put papers in there, and then I go in there and sit and brush them and put sugar and currant on. I sit down in there.
Okay. We can just put them up here and that can be Lisa's job.
No, you can't have it up. You cannot see what you're doing.
With my new glasses, I can.
You put a paper on in there. You can go and do it in there. Spread out 65 years old.
Wow, that's built to last. What's wrong with them? I remember when Dad took the, he went and polished all.
Look at this layer there. That
Yeah.
should be.
Do we need to sandblast it?
He sanded it.
Yeah.
But you can't do too much of that because they get too thin. He did it on the vacuum.
Yeah, and you weren't happy with him.
Just made, oh yes, I was.
Not at first.
No, we had to try them first. Are you kidding? Davos. You're right. I wasn't happy.
Okay. Here we go. Papers for everybody.
Where did she go?
So here's the big first test. We're going to roll out a first batch.
One ball.
The dough has to be cold, and Mom advises that you should never try and make these in the summer.
No.
It has to be cold.
It'll stick to everything. So she put a little bit of flour
Yeah.
down so that it doesn't stick. Not too much though.
Don't tell me they're going to give me a paint, oil paint.
Your daughters or the cookie?
What's she doing? It's not so good.
Want me to roll them?
No. No, you're not eating the dough.
So on the first batch, we felt, Anna, it was sticking a little bit. And so now after a 10-minute cooling period in the refrigerator, we're going to try with another round and see if that's better. Now it's important it went back in the fridge, not the freezer. What else have we learned?
I don't know.
Is it anything any better?
Well, I took a smaller piece.
Okay.
Would be-
The other thing we learned, if it's sticking a little bit, make sure that your house is cool. So we actually just switched off the heat.
It's snowing. We had to turn the heat on. This is all Lisa's idea. I wasn't very keen on it anyway.
So for those of you who are viewing this, just remember to thank me.
1.5 by 2.
I cut it the way I see fit.
1.5 by 2.
Yeah. They're not too pretty. I'll cut, we will roll out 2 pans.
Oh.
Now, you can't drink coffee this late in the day, can you?
No. You
Do-
can make yourself some coffee.
Do you have instant coffee?
Yeah. Do I?
So, a very important part now is the dressing of the currant cookies. So, Annette,
Just have some beaten eggs.
how many?
I just do 1.
Okay.
Don't put too much on. Just so it's
You're
covered.
right,
Covered.
but this is not too much.
It's the cookie glue.
Okay, now we do some on. Then you don't put this on it. And then we put the sugar on.
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
Because that's what makes them crisp. And then you put the currant on.
And
But you don't put the hand in front. Then she can't film it.
And how many?
What? Look, see,
Okay.
I don't count them, that's for sure.
And you were saying,
Don't put too many on because then
She always used to tell me 5 to 7.
they, no,
so if you have too many, what happens?
they get kind of gooey underneath in the middle if you pile them up.
Oh, okay. Muffy's right, they do look like rabbit
And
turds.
they get, currant is a little bit sour, so they get,
Oh, you can't use raisins.
no, they're way too big. Okay,
So,
they look pretty good.
so
Yeah.
now ends chapter 2 of currant cookies with Anna and our guest Annette.
And these are also known as Annette's cookies.
Annette's
Yeah.
cookies, that's right.
Or
Last
rabbit
week.
cookies.
They really look nice. You have improved.
Thank you very much. Until next time.